Hello, I'm Chris from the FPL GW and welcome back to another Fantasy Premier League video for the 2020-2021 season. In today's video I'm going to build a wildcard team that I hope will last now to the end of the season. It will hit 2 players that have double game week 32 and I'll try to avoid as many players as I can that does not have fixtures for game week 33. If you're new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, don't be afraid to give this video a thumbs up, and if you have anything FPL related that you want to ask me, feel free to do it down in the comment section. We'll try to give you a fast reply. So let's begin building that team now. To be able to do that, I would need to take a look at those upcoming fixtures. There are 2 types of fixtures, the defensive and attacking fixtures. I'm going to take a look at those attacking fixtures right now. The teams to target are actually Leicester, Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs, Wolves, Brighton, West Brom, Sheffield, West Ham, Manchester United, and perhaps even Aston Villa if they have a few good targets to go for. But not a lot of them have that good of a potential, as Watkins have not been that good without Grealish. So yeah, Leicester seem to have Vardy, Liverpool seem to have Jota or Salah, Spurs seem to have Kane and Son, and Manchester United seem to have Fernandes, West Ham seem to have Lingard. So these are the first few players that I'm going to bring in. Fernandes have been fantastic player throughout the whole season. His upcoming fixture do look amazing. They play against Tottenham now. That's a bit tougher one, but then it's Burnley, Leeds, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Leicester. None of these have that good of a defense for Manchester United to not be able to score. So yes, Fernandes does seem to have excellent potential to do really good. The next player that I'm going to bring in is going to be Kane. Kane does have excellent potential to do good. He has been fantastic player throughout the whole season. He has been fantastic player now in the last 5 to 10 games. As you can see, he has been involved in around 30 goals, yes, throughout the whole season. And that's fantastic for a striker like that. He costs 11.6 million and Fernandes costs 11.4. So both of them are actually going to eat pretty much a lot of your budget. And if you bring in Vardy as well, as I believe that Vardy is going to do really good. They have West Ham now in game week 31. That's a bit tougher one, but they play against West Brom, Crystal Palace, Southampton and Newcastle as 4 of those next upcoming fixtures. I can see Leicester scoring more than 10 goals in these 4 games, guys, so I do believe that you should potentially go for him. Why not? Vardy does seem to be excellent player to own, and Vardy is not owned by so many people. He's owned only by 18.6%, so if Vardy does good and you own him, he's actually going to be able to bring you up that ranking ladders a bit more than let's say Kane, because so many players own Kane and Fernandes. The next player, as I said, was Liverpool, or the team was Liverpool to target. I'm going to target Jota right now because I do think that he's the cheaper version of those 2. Liverpool have not shown that good of a little attacking power now in the last couple of games, even though they have been pretty good seasonal. White and Salah have been fantastic when it comes to seasonal form, but his form have not been that good in the last couple of games, as he is the most expensive player in the Premier League, Fantasy Premier League, so I'm not going to go for him mainly because of his price, and I'm going to go for Jota, as I do believe that he has pretty similar attacking FPL and potential, perhaps not as high as Salah, but still very good for his price because of those upcoming fixtures. The upcoming fixtures do look amazing now to the end of the season. The only red fixture being there for them is Manchester United away in game week 34. That's the toughest fixture they have. All other fixtures do look very good for them, where they have potential to score a lot of goals and perhaps even keep it clean a lot of times. So yeah, these 3 are the players that I have right now. The next player that I'm going to bring in is Son. He has been fantastic and phenomenal player throughout the whole season. His form has dropped now in the last couple of game weeks, but he was injured as well. I really do believe that he's going to make an excellent comeback now in the run of few fixtures. They play very good fixtures now, even to the end of the season. They have double game week in game week 32, and this seems to be the main reason I'm going to bring him in. And I believe that after game week 32, I'm going to sell him to perhaps some other player. I'm not sure who that is going to be right now. There's so many informing good options. Not so many cost a lot, like Saka, Lingard, Rafinha. All of these are good players with good fixtures. That does not cost a lot of money, so you could potentially change Son to any of them and free up budget to bring in some other players. The next player that I'm going to bring in is actually going to be Lacazette. I believe that Lacazette has best potential to do good now from that Arsenal squad. Perhaps Aubameyang has a bit greater potential, but I'm not sure on that. And Aubameyang does seem to cost a bit more than Lacazette, so Lacazette will be the player I'm going to go for, and he's on penalties as well, and this is the main reason I still believe that Lacazette have excellent potential to do really good. Their upcoming fixture do look very good as well. As for the next player that I'm going to bring in now just to be able to complete this midfield, I'm going to bring in Lingard. I believe that he is a player to bring in on a wildcard mainly because of his form. Their upcoming fixture are a bit tricky, not the easiest one, not the toughest one, but Lingard does seem to be a very good player that can conquer any defense and score UFL return against anyone. So yes, for 6.2 million you get a semi-elite player that have excellent potential to do really good no matter the opposition. So yeah, these are the four midfielders that I'm going to start with, and these are the three strikers. Not to be able to build those defenders, I'm going to take a look at those defender fixtures. It's Wolves, Arsenal, Leicester, Sheffield, Brighton, Spurs, Chelsea, Burnley, West Ham, Liverpool, and then not Manchester United defense to target. Manchester United play against Tottenham, Burnley is okay, Leeds are tough, Liverpool are tough, Aston Villa are tough, so no defense from that team. But Liverpool plays against Aston Villa, Leeds, Newcastle, Manchester United and Southampton. That's much better, and they very good fixtures to the end of the season. So if you have the money, then you should most definitely go for a Liverpool player to own now to the end of the season, even if he's a defender, and even though they have not shown that good of a clean sheet potential throughout the whole season. Those upcoming fixtures do look too good to just ignore. So to take a look at those defenders now, I believe that I should potentially bring in defenders from Wolves, Arsenal, Chelsea. Why not? Chelsea does seem to have excellent clean sheet potential, even though they lost 5-2 now in game week 30. Oh my god, West Brom did trash them 5-2, but they got red card very early, and they do seem to play, always seem to play with 3 defenders, and the red card did brought them to 2 defenders. The whole tactic seemed to fall out, they were very unprepared, so they lost 5-2, even though that's a bit embarrassing. I'm sorry, Chelsea fans, but 5-2 home against West Brom is not that of a good result you are expecting to get. And even me went for Rudiger this game week. Rudiger did not get to start, luckily, so I did not get to have those minus points, and Castan seemed to be changing him. We are going to see how he does now. I hope for a clean sheet now against Manchester City. I really do. So yeah. For all these defenders, I'm going to bring in Mendy because of those upcoming fixtures. He has best clean sheet potential out of all goalkeepers, as it seems. And I'm going to bring in Rudiger as well. But I'm going to bring in Rudiger a bit later. I first want to bring in that 3... Rudiger is good to bring in right now, actually. I'm going to bring in 4 defenders now that I'm going to rotate between. So this is the key 4 midfielders that I'm going to have. The key 3 strikers, and I'm going to bring in 4 defenders now that I'm going to rotate between. Always one of them is going to be the first bench replacement. So the first one is going to be Rudiger to complete that Chelsea defense and Chelsea team because of those fixtures, as I've said. The next player is going to be Tierney. As I've said, Arsenal does have pretty good defensive upcoming fixtures. Tierney seems to be a guarantee starter that offers excellent attacking FPL TEAM potential as well. The upcoming fixture do look very good for him to be able to deliver, and he's a fullback that actually likes to attempt a lot of assists. The next player that I'm going to go for now is going to be a Wolves defender, that is going to be Semedo. If you want to go for Wolves now because of those fixtures, they have the easiest defensive upcoming fixtures: Fulham, Sheffield, Burnley, West Brom, Brighton. Then it's a tougher one against Tottenham, Everton and Manchester United, those 3 at the end of the season. But until game week 35 or 6, they have wonderful defensive fixtures where I see them scoring few clean sheet, perhaps not at all of them because it's Wolves, so I don't trust Wolves that much, and is the main reason I'm not going to go for any Wolves, let's say, goalkeeper, but I'm just going to go for Semedo because he does seem to be the only one that offers some attacking FPL TEAM potential from that defense. So not only clean sheet, but he could potentially earn an FPL, so he could potentially score a goal, as he does seem to be a guaranteed starter and have perhaps sometimes even attacking winger role. So yeah, that's for the last defender that I'm going to go for. Just to complete it, I'm going to go for Castan. I really do believe that Leicester have excellent defensive fixtures. They play against West Brom, Crystal Palace, Southampton, Newcastle until game week 35. Game week 31 is a bit tougher one. It's against West Ham, but they could potentially still keep it clean. They've kept it clean so many times this season, so I do believe that they will continue to do that. Is those three last fixtures that are a bit worrying, but I believe that I will be able to change him out by then to some other players that have better fixtures, perhaps even a Liverpool defender. So yes, this is pretty much the team that I'm going to use now throughout. If I was going to use a wildcard, the goalkeeper replacement is going to be anyone that does not cost a lot, anyone that does not eat your budget and is from some team that you're not going to triple up on. That's West Brom for me. I'm going to go for West Brom's Button. He does cost 3.9 million. He does not eat any of your budget. The last bench replacement now that I'm going to go for is actually going to be Strook. He does seem to be the cheapest starting defender. He costs only 4 million, so will not eat so much of your budget, and he is there just in case if, let's say, 3 of your players get injured or rotated or something terrible happens. He is there to jump in and bring you a few points just to save you, but I don't believe that he will actually be able to start in any of those upcoming fixtures for your team. As for the last player that I'm going to go for is actually going to be a Brighton player. Is going to be Bissouma. I really do believe that Bissouma is an excellent player to own as a backup, as a second bench replacement, because he does not cost a lot. He is the cheapest starting midfielder. So as you can see, I have the cheapest starting defender, the cheapest starting midfielder on the same team, so I could afford Kane, Vardy, Lacazette, Son and Fernandes in the same team, and even have Mendy, Rudiger, Castan, Tierney, Semedo. Very balanced team and very good potential for all of them to do really good now to the end of the season. If you thought this video was of any help, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss out on any new content. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.